How do you specifically teach new players how to play the game without overwhelming them?
So unlike board games, I think that approaching tabletop RPGs like D&D is more effective when you try to remove the player from the mechanics. And what I mean by this is allow the player to just be the character. I always tell them, don't worry about mechanics. You just tell me what you want to do as your character. You're in a movie, you're in a book. Just tell me what you want to do, and I will tell you what rules or what mechanics are appropriate. And by doing this, it allows them to learn as they play instead of trying to just crunch a bunch of rules in mechanics and different things like that into their head at the same time that you want them to hopefully be role playing and sort of embodying their character. This also helps shy players who might be a little bit more reserved because they're trying to figure out how to use the rules to do what they want to do, or maybe are afraid that the rules they don't know is keeping them from attempting to do what they want to do. When all they have to worry about is, this is what my character does, I think it frees them from a lot of that. Now, this might seem like a bad idea when it comes to things like spells, because spells do very specific things despite being magic, and it could seem like they should be able to do more. But I think that it's still actually really good in this case too. Imagine a wizard wants to freeze over a lake of ice, but the only ice spell they have is Ice Knife, which does not do that. It gives you the chance to do two things. First, you can say, all right, let's take a look at the spell and see exactly what it does. You can go over it with them and how it normally works, and then, employing the rule of cool, let them know, not all DMs are going to treat it this way, but here's what we're going to do, because magic is cool and this is a cool idea. We're going to have you roll an Arcana check to see if you can sort of twist the spell in a way it's not meant to, and if it works, you freeze over the lake. If this is for like a short one-shot or just like a really quick session to try and teach basic rules to people, you might want to consider creating pre-gen character sheets, and if you have time, coming up with cheat sheets that really break all of the sort of dense information down into the really basic information that the players need to know. When you look at like actions for a barbarian, great axe, weapon attack, melee, D20 plus 5 to hit, one creature, 10 feet, 2d6 plus 5 slashing damage, can look like some weird algebra to a new player. But simplifying it down to great axe, D20 shape plus 5 to hit, 2d6 shape plus 5 damage makes it a lot simpler to read. In my experience, the more that you can help a player remove their character from the mechanics and just get them excited to play, the better. They'll catch on to the rules and mechanics as you go, and if they had a good time and if they want more, as soon as they get home, they're going to dive headfirst into everything D&D and learn all of the ins and outs themselves.